Hi teachers, it's me, Dr. Christy, and I am here to share what we've got going for the Faith Alliance program that's beginning that first week of December. So I believe it's Tuesday, December 2nd is our first after school program, and I need to give you the scoop about what we're going to be doing. First of all, I want to say that we're so grateful for the Faith Alliance partnering with Book Bums so we can take this outstanding instruction we offer at Book Bums to kids who might not ever be able to afford what we offer, who may have never even heard of us. So we're really grateful to partner with them. That way we can serve kids that we probably wouldn't have had the opportunity to serve. So thank you for joining our team for that. I wanted to say that Jana will be our lead teacher at Union Elementary. She'll be leading the Foundations for Literacy classes, and she'll be getting a bin like this. Jana, you're going to come on Tuesday when you tutor, pick up your materials, and then you'll have it for Wednesday, and then you can return it on Thursday when you tutor again. And remember, Jana, we talked about you'll probably take 3, maybe 4 bins with you that first day. Give the spelling assessment and see where the bulk of your kids need help, and then we'll start with that lesson. About half the class needing that instruction is about what we're aiming for, and it's okay if half the class already has that mastered. We'll have something that they'll take away from every lesson, even if it's just the handwriting. But we always have some stretch words, so building vocabulary and making sure that they just can decode words that they've never seen before, leaning upon the letter sounds that they know. So we're going to start with that first lesson that first week. We don't know. It could be short vowels, it could be digraphs, it could be Magic E, I could be OO. We'll just see when we give that spelling assessment. The next thing we're going to do is for little letter learners. Those are going to be Tuesdays and Thursdays. And we'll be meeting at Shawnee and Heritage. Both are new to the Faith Alliance after school program, actually any programming. I have never even been to Heritage, so I'm excited that we get to kind of get to be a part of 2 new school communities. That's exciting. I taught many years at Shawnee, so it'll be fun to go back, but we're going to be taking the little letter learners lessons. And for that, here's what I need to share. We're going to be each teaching 1 lesson. So there are 5 teachers, including me. I'll take the lead and bring all the materials, the snacks, and that kind of thing. I'll be the lead teacher, and we'll organize who's doing which bin with which 2 students from week to week. So probably what I'll do is bring 5 of the same bins for the first 5 classes, and we'll just trade 1 bin for the next across 5 weeks. Then I'll bring another 5 bins. And every bin is similar, but they're different as well. So I want to walk through the little letter learners teachers, we're going to handle this. Before I do that, I wanted to share that each of us is going to be doing handwriting. For the foundations teachers, you're going to be doing COADGQ, then SFE, hopefully that first day. All the letters that start like a C. Yours are older students, so we feel like you might be able to get that all in. But for the little letter learner teachers, you're going to be given, like for the bug lesson, your letters are going to be B, U, and G. But I need to ensure that you're forming the letters that we want our students to be taught how to form them. So I wanted you to know that all of these letters literally start like a C. So we're going to go around, all of them start like a C. I'm going to send you a document that has the letter progression we use at Book Bums, so that we'll be sure you're using the proper formation according to Book Bums requirements. So we're not going to be doing things like circle and stick, or starting our letters at the top and going the wrong way with the stick. We're not going to do like we're not going to do less efficient letter formations. We're going to make sure that all of our students who are in our programming use our letter formations. So again, I'll get that paper to you, and I think I'm going to have a video about handwriting coming out really soon. Maybe I'll do it today. Okay, so here's what I need to share with you. For each week, we're going to bring snacks. We're going to bring water bottles that have your students' names on them. There's like a little cling cling film thing that sticks on their water bottle. Those water bottles will need to be brought with you back and forth for each lesson. Truthfully, I left them in my car. You're only going to have a maximum of 20 water bottles in your car, so you can do that. They do get cold. I've never had any break if it froze, so I would just leave them in your car so they're always there. It's just water. We're going to tell the kids we don't wash them, so don't put anything else in your water bottles. Some kids were putting like Skittles or something to make it colored. Don't allow it. That will just keep your workload down a bit. We'll have snacks each week. Those were provided by the Faith Alliance in the summer school. We have plenty left over. If they expired in October, we're still going to use it. It should not be a problem. I did check and they said nothing should be bad. It just may not be as fresh as usual. I think that's it. So snacks and water as soon as they get in. The kids can refill their own water bottles, or you can have a volunteer fill those for you, or like for us little letter learner people, we can actually have the kids, one of our teachers go get the kids water bottles and then fill them up and then bring them back, and the kids can pick them up as they're entering for their snack time. So for little letter learners, let's get back on that. Each one is going to have a bin like this, and teachers, you're going to have to look at it. I have the lessons online that you can check out ahead of time. I will give you the 5 lessons that we're going to focus on for the first 5 weeks, and then the next 5, and then the next 5. So what we have here is little letter learners bug, and everyone is going to start with the reading of a book. Some of them have more than one book if the books are short. So you're going to start just by pulling the kids around you. They could be finishing up their snack, and you're going to read a book and just say, today we're going to learn lots of letters, lots of new letters, and we're going to learn lots of information about bugs. And you want to build an anticipation and joy around your topic. You're going to focus on these little magnets. At first, you can set them on the table in front of your 2 readers. Every teacher will have a group of 2, and hopefully we'll have volunteers who can sit in with you and assist, so when you're working on handwriting, you're not spread across 2 kids. Anyway, the lesson plans are right here at the beginning. Every lesson begins with singing the alphabet, A, B, C, D. You point to the top, the student points to the bottom, and you want them to get one-to-one correspondence. You could have one student do uppercase and the next student do lowercase. But you're going to take turns and compliment. You're going to teach them the Old MacDonald Had Some Vowels song. And maybe week 1, I will do all of this with the whole group, and then you'll be on your own for the next weeks. Then you're going to play a game called Guess the Covered Letter. It says how to do it here, but essentially what you're going to do is have one of your students be the sneaky Pete who's going to cover 10 letters, and the next student is going to sing the alphabet song. And when they get to D, if it's covered, they're going to go A, B, C, move the penny off and say D. And then you say, is that a D? And they say, yes, that's a D. And you can say the sound is D. Good job. And then they go through, and then the next person, then that student will get to cover some letters. And we did use all different kinds of fonts in these practice pages, so it is beneficial. It's not just a waste of time, just so you know. We also have some ABC, what is this called? Dot to dot. And so you're going to have your students also participate in the dot to dot, and just notice how they're getting better and better across the sessions. All the materials you're going to need are in this bin. And so there are markers and white pads that you can use for that. Next, you're going to focus on the sounds for the letters in bug. So you're going to have a tent, and then images that the kids will look at, like this is garden. And so do a lot of work around that vocabulary. What is a garden? What do we use it for? What sound do you hear at the beginning of G, garden? And for us, we usually put our fingers on our throat and say G, and the U says and the B says B. So those are the sounds we're going to focus on. They're going to sort the pictures underneath each initial sound. Then you're working on handwriting. You're going to use a dry erase marker to practice B, and you're going to go down, bounce, B, down, bounce, B, or you can say hubba, bubba, B. So you're going to reinforce that sound with each formation. Again, they're going to use the dry erase markers for this. And you're going to do just the sounds for B, U, and G. And then when you go to the other side, you're going to put those sounds together to make B, G. And then you're going to use these handwriting lines to write the word bug. We try to have something to incentivize the handwriting piece because that's where we gain a lot of resistance. So for this one, it's bug cookies. There's something different for each one that hopefully will help you to motivate your kids. Then the kids are going to make a big G, a little g, and you're going to do the chant, big G, little g, G says G. Big U, little U says So just a little chant where they can use the dry erase markers again. Then it says, use the following materials to build a bug. You have learned about bugs, and you're going to point the kids back to the book you read to them earlier to say, most of the things we call bugs are actually insects. And then you're going to notice that they have 3 body parts. You're going to name them. We're building vocabulary like head, thorax, and abdomen. You're going to notice things like the legs all come out of the thorax, not of the abdomen, not out of the head. So when they form their little bugs, they're going to be accurate. So you're going to reinforce that and make sure that your kids are actually learning some science as they learn the letters and sounds. The body parts are listed, then those body parts are included back here in this pocket. Your kids are actually going to build a 3D bug. It'll look something like the example you see here. Then you're going to play a game called Bug or Not a Bug. You'll have one student put the picture of the critter on the table, and the other student is either going to whack it if it's a bug or not if it's not a bug. And the images are right here. You can sort bug or not a bug. After they smack it, you're going to place them on the correct header. Then they're going to estimate how many bugs it takes to cover the letter B, the letter U, and the letter G. So you're going to be doing some counting, which certainly complements alphabetic knowledge. Numeracy and alphabetic knowledge go hand in hand, so we want to promote that. You're also reinforcing the shapes of B, U, and G. Then they can each choose one of these bugs to be their mover to play a board game. So they're going to roll the die, look at the number on the die, move that number of spaces, and lots of fun to be had with the focus on bugs. I think I got everything in. You're going to need to get water bottles, snacks, and the bins for your sessions. Little letter learners, I'm going to bring your materials to you each week. You are going to have to get online and look at the lesson plans and know ahead of time. I'll tell you what the first 5 lessons will be so you know which videos to watch or which materials to look at. And I think that's it. I'll be in touch again soon. Have a great day, everybody.